Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel. If you're a crafter who's ever felt nervous about selling your crafts at a craft show, you're in the right place. I know how overwhelming it can feel to pitch your products and get your creations out there, but don't worry. Today, we're going to talk about how to overcome the fear of selling at a craft show and share some craft show tips to help you build the confidence you need to succeed. So let's dive in. Hi everyone, I'm Tanner and my wife Amy and I run this channel. We're full-time artists and crafters, and we started this channel to share craft tutorials, product reviews, and business tips for fellow makers. Whether you're here to check out a project or to grow your own craft business, we've got you covered. If you're nervous about selling your crafts at a craft show, you're not alone. Many makers experience fear about selling their work at a show, especially if it's their first show. But the good news is, it's totally normal. Everyone goes through it. I know I did when we started. So today we're gonna go through a few tips on how to overcome that fear and build your confidence at your booth. One of the best craft show tips that we can give you is to prepare, prepare, prepare. You can't really over-prepare for something like this. You have to know your pitch inside and out. You have to know all the stories behind your products and what makes them special and really why someone should buy them. Let's face it, selling at a craft show can feel intimidating, but with a strong pitch and some practice, you'll feel much more confident. Think about what makes your work unique and be ready to share that with customers. The more you practice, the less anxiety you'll feel when you're standing in front of your booth greeting customers. One effective way to overcome the fear of selling at craft shows is to practice your pitch. You could practice with a friend or family member, or if no one's available, you could try practicing in front of the mirror, or even recording yourself with your phone. By recording yourself with your phone, you can then get immediate feedback on what you're doing very well and where you could possibly improve your pitch. And this will help you feel even more confident when the big day comes and you're at the craft show with live customers. Basically, the more you practice, the more natural and confident you'll feel as you're talking with your customers at your booth. Building confidence in what you make and in your business is a key factor to your success. One tip that we can give you is to practice something that's called visualization. And if you've never heard of it, really all it is going through the scenario, any scenario, but in this case, the scenario of talking to your customer at your booth in your mind before it happens. Imagine the perfect situation where you say everything that you wanted to say. You think of all the stories. You have funny jokes. The customer loves them. They really are enjoying their time at the booth and they just love your product. Visualize everything from start to finish going very smoothly. You've got your point of sale machine plugged in and ready and it's charged and it's connected to your phone or whatever it needs to be. So there's no hangups. And then visualize the end of the sale where the customer happily purchased the piece and leaves and heads off to the next booth, and you get to greet the next customer and go through all of it all over again. When you're confident in your business and what you're offering, it shows. It's not just about selling, it's about believing in the value of your craft and sharing that passion with others through your booth. Another way to build confidence is to ensure your booth looks professional and inviting. A well-organized booth with clear signage and an attractive display will help customers feel more comfortable approaching you. This preparation shows that you're serious about your craft business and ready to make sales. Remember, when you're setting up your booth, if you create a great display that really showcases you as an artist, your work, and your brand, if you will, this will help you feel more confident because you'll know that everything looks as good as it can and you're ready to greet people. And this confidence will be transferred onto the customers as they approach and they will interact with your booth in a whole new way. If you've previously had maybe a minimized or a dark setup, adding lights, making it nice and neat and tidy, crisp lines, and well laid out will really attract a lot more attention in a sea of vendors because some of these shows can be pretty big. As we all know, there could be hundreds of other vendors there. This will help your booth stand out in people's minds. And also if they need a minute to think and they leave the booth and they go walking around to see what else is there, they'll remember your booth because it stood out in their mind. Another way to take some of the pressure off yourself while you're at your booth is to have signs that show your workshop and maybe even have a bio or a brief description of what you're doing and what you make. This takes a little bit of that fear out of interacting with the customer because you've got it right in front of you and you can reference to it and say, "Hi, I'm Tanner, and this is what I make." And you can point to your sign and point to your workshop or your processes that you're sharing on there. And this will engage the customer and help them understand that you really are making your product and give them insight into how to make it. It's not a tutorial, but an insight into how that you're making your product. And this will really help you as a conversation tool as well. Here's a big tip. Don't let rejection shake your confidence. Not everyone's gonna love your work, and that's okay. Nothing is for everyone. Rejection is a part of selling at a craft show, but it doesn't define you, your craft business, or anything that you've made. The key is to stay motivated and keep moving forward and greeting the next customer. Selling at a craft show or creating your own new craft business or craft brand is a journey. So it's important to remember that each no brings you closer to your next yes. And so don't get discouraged if you're hearing no from the first 3 customers. You might be that much closer to hearing yes for the next one. And all the while, you'll be learning and getting feedback in real time about the stories, the images, the pieces, the aspects of your business, the aspects of your work and yourself that people are really most attracted to and what's really resonating with them, so that you can channel that into an even more finely honed pitch for the next customer and the next customer and so forth, until you really know what will help present you and your work the best. Remember, it's not all about making the sale. It's actually about connecting with people who love what you do. So even if the person doesn't buy anything from you right now, but they give you a great compliment or a few kind words, this can really boost your morale for the rest of the day. And they may also pass your information along to someone else who would also love it. And last but definitely not least, remember to relax, take a deep breath, and have fun. Craft shows can definitely be hectic, but it's important to enjoy the process. Remember, just by showing up and presenting your art, you've made a big accomplishment. And this is something that you definitely want to enjoy while you're in the moment. To wrap everything up, here's a recap of our top craft show tips to help you overcome the fear of selling at a craft show. 1. Practice your pitch and know your products. 2. Visualize your success and build confidence. 3. Prepare your booth to stand out. And, most importantly, 4. Don't let rejection stop you from moving forward. And remember, have fun. I hope these tips help you feel more at ease selling at your next craft show. And if you enjoyed the video, please consider giving it a thumbs up and subscribing for more craft business advice and tips about craft shows. Also, if you've ever struggled in the way that we've described here in the video with the fear and anxiety of selling at a craft show, please leave us a comment telling us how you struggled and how you overcame it. We'd love to hear from you. Thank you so much.